Hello everyone and welcome back to our Dream Daddy Let's Play. I was that's kind of awful. So I was going to tell you something about my pronunciation and that I'm going to record the video and the audio separately, but not today. And about today, I'm kind of heartbroken for the second day already, so I'm not going to comment anything, mostly just read aloud. I hope it won't be so awful as it is usual. So let's continue, and
welcome. You've got dads.
as it is post-Halloween week, the whole Halloween week, since we got two parties last Saturday and this Saturday. Oh my gosh, it's Monday. Okay, that will be Damien for today. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. I open up that book and start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, you got a letter. Oh, is it from your grandma? No, it's from Damien. Whoa, can I see it? Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment folded into an envelope and sealed with purple wax. Damn, the dude goes aloud. I pry off the seal and unfold the letter. In the most beautiful calligraphy, the letter reads, oh my gosh. Dear Dom, dearest Dom, I hope you'll find my continued correspondence endearing rather than trying. One can only hope that my use of the slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiment that I greatly enjoyed our time together. Yes, it's just awful. I can't. I write this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I may misstep and speak towards something unwelcome. For now, I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say that your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unforeseen, your companionship held a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the moral of my spirit, and for that I thank you. That said, Dom, if you'll allow me, it would mean the world to me if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema followed by a moonlit stroll would be to your taste. I eagerly await your response. With great respect, Damien Bloodmarch. Amanda and I both look up from the letter. Wow, he's good. So you're gonna catch me with him? Yeah, I better message him on that book and let him know. Amanda slaps my letter shut. You have to write him back. A real letter. But my handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over crayons. Yes. Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Sorry for a minute. You know? And that's the time when I need to go to my settings. Oh no, it's okay. Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets to show that you two will like, then enclose them in the letter. Oh, that's classy. Amanda and I hop onto my laptop at peruse showtimes. He doesn't seem like a romantic comedy kind of guy. Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2? Evil Never Dies. I don't know, that sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's a critical acclaimed exploration into the ennui of existence. It really turns the vampire trope on its head. Really? Nah, there's just lots of blood and vampire titties. Welp, let's roll the dice. I purchase the tickets and print them out and then sit down at the table with Amanda to try drafting a nice letter. I start writing. Damien, I do hope that this letter finds you in good health. Hey, good morrow to you on this fine eve. Let's save. I do hope that this letter finds you in good health. Good one. What's next? Hey, remember when your son tried to cask of Amontillado, that kid? You've been good. I must confess of my amateur control of the written word. Of course. Geez, Dad, have some faith in yourself. Okay, we're tracking along. Let him know you're feeling. You find me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. I did very much enjoy the adventure we found ourselves on the last we met. That earnest shit was pretty messed up. Let it be first. It's kind of hardest thing I've ever read, so maybe that's nice. Ask him to hang out already. True art takes time, Amanda. Well, strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand, like Bruegel's landscape with the fall of Icarus. I find myself lost in your details. Let me get at that. That'd be strange turn of events. Bring it home, Pops. Let me take you out. I got 2 tickets to the movies. I would very much enjoy your company accompanying me to the cinema. It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. Smooth, calling it the cinema is a classy move. Enclosed you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2 Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you will find both titillating and enjoyable. Best wishes, hard depth, namaste, will carry on. Best wishes. And then I sign my name, my full name, fancy at it, with dumb shirt. Is this okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting. Oh my gosh, really? Your handwriting is like Harry Potter's one in maybe this was second movie where that was Dear Tom. I found your diary, and so on and so on. Yep, that was Chamber of Secrets. So, best wishes. We can read it, but I wouldn't. You spelled his name wrong. Oh my gosh, what? Nah, I'm just trying to keep you on your toes. Now all you have to do is seal it and put it in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape? That's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. Amanda leaves the room and returns with the candle, a lighter, and a small piece of wood. You gotta have a wax seal. Hate this. She lights the candle, which starts to burn down and form a pool of the melted wax. That's that other thing. Amanda pours some of the wax onto the folded letter and expertly presses the small piece of wood into it. She lets it dry for a second and pulls the wood away, revealing. Here it is, your sigil. A little kitten with a bow on its head. Awesome. Scrapbooking stuff always comes in clutch. Well, I guess all there is to do is deliver it to his doorstep now. Huh. Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. I already called my guy. I have a pigeon guy. Marcus has the good pigeons. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. They're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. I head outside and walk over to Damien's house. I slip the letter into the slot in his door and go back home. Mission accomplished. Now we play the waiting game. The night finally rolls around when where I'm supposed to meet the Damien. Whoa, with Damien, of course. The next day he had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for my and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night and the theater is kinda crowded, but it's still nice. How do you do? I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. You almost gave me a heart attack. How long have you there for? I don't know, I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you. You've heard that wow thing. What's the thunder? Is it gonna rain soon? I didn't hear anything. What? What? Regardless, the hour grows close. What? Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids or perhaps Milky Duds. Let's do it. We get in line to buy snacks. As we are waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. My dad's here. I turn around to see to find Lucian standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other god kids. The thing is, my friend who's living with me for now really enjoy my thing about Lucian, so I've got tons of his arts and some comics pages. I adore him so much. Yeah, that's the sound of heartbroken girl. Okay. Lucian, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. Oh. I'm kinda thinking that Damien intonation should be like, Matisha Adams. That would be fun. And what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kids movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it. Well, I do hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2 Evil Never Dies. You watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it. Huh, good luck with that, Dad. Lucian rejoins his friends and I look over to Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. Oh, let me guess. You're all about, getting really frightened. I don't know. We wait in line for a little longer and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. Okay. I wonder what's wrong. Damien and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely and gripping his armrest. Is everything okay? Vampires, huh? The movie hasn't even started yet.
What? Huh.
He's like Vampire Dad and he are afraid of vampires. Oh no. No. So the first maybe. Everything is perfectly fine. I'm so excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier the art, the better. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Of course I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Oh, interesting. That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film that I'd never heard of. In this town of Halloween. Yeah, that's Halloween Town. I'm not sure. No, that's not Halloween. Oh, Halloween Town is about a bunch of kids and the town of Halloween that and portals opens up once a year. Yeah, that movie. There was this bad boy, as I remember this right, with some point to the main character and roses. I do remember there were roses and bus and kids. I was not so little, but pretty little. Damien's knuckle turning white. It looks like he's about to rip the arm rest off. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies? You must be joking. I love horror movies. Nah. The lights dim for the film. Damien screams. Oh God. A friend of mine has this idea to put me in the dark room and to make me rewatch it, and she'll be sitting with me and shivering and being afraid and all this stuff that I wasn't when I went to cinema to watch it. She's waiting this sort of reaction maybe. I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking, and the title flashes across the screen in bloody letters: Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. A pale male man with a long silver hair, Malfoy, glittering red eyes, oh no, not Malfoy, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. Romulus Bedblood, awaken my coven. Two more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. Demetrius, move on, brother. Is it time? Carmelo von Ruden. Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy. It's not a horror, it's comedy. I get it. It is time. The three look at each other and then to the camera. Romulus, Demetrius, Carmela. For the Vampire Crusade. This rules. The trio of vampires flies. I'm sorry. Nothing good. And still nothing good. Flies off into the night, and as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow get lost in the movie. As damp as it sounded, it's actually a pretty fun flick. We get the tense moment of the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with the general of the human army, whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. Nice. Romulus, it is good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It is good to finally blood you. Romulus leaps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera. Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. Oh, cutie. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood or vampiric blood. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Damien retracts his hand and places it back to his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic. Blood magic? Like Dragon Age blood magic? Like Tavinta blood magic? Like Magister Dorian Powell's blood magic? And Solus, and Meryl, and Morrigan. No, just Dorian. Okay. And I got to an extremely scary section. Nah, we don't believe you. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit that he's afraid of it. I wish he wouldn't hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to try to make him feel more comfortable. I've got it. I'll do what all dads do best. Talk during the movie. Tell a dirty joke, point out plot hole, ask what's happening. And save. Plot hole. I like this. Did you notice how that guard fired 7 bullets, but his gun only holds 6 bullets? Yeah, that is absolutely unforgivable from a filmmaking standpoint. It's almost unwatchable. It's funny how it's so much easier to point out tiny mistakes in the work of others than it's to actually go create your own thing, huh? Hey, look, that's an anachronism. Okay, let's load. Ask what's happening and tell a joke. Let's ask what's happening first. And that was a bad idea. Load. Tell a joke. And that works. Where does a dog go when it loses its tail? Where? To the retail store. I yelled that last bit a little too loud for a crowded movie theater, but I can see a smile on it for blah blah blah. A smile form on Damien's face. Good one, Dom. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he wouldn't like the romantic comedy better. We get to the final scene of the movie, where Romulus Blood and the general's wife embrace each other in his script. It appears that the true vampire crusade was the vampire crusade in our hearts. Our cold, unbeaten hearts. I don't know. Is my, Romanian accent way too much? I'm not sure. It's actually Russian. Romulus and the general's wife begin making out hard.
What?
The film faded to black and the end appears on the screen, but then it cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover Carmela, who watch the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending. Our bloodline has been pure for 1,000 years. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3. Evil must die again. More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out again and the bloody question mark now accompanies the end. Sorry guys, because I've got some troubles with my hand and I don't like this. Like it's broken, only it couldn't be broken only if I broke it while I was asleep or crying yesterday the whole day. Nah, it couldn't be that my broke my arms by crying? I hope so. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amidst throngs of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He even seems kind of invigorated. Ash. What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards to vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Come, the night is young. Let's take a stroll. Damien is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk and the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company is. Sorry. I forget to... Oops. 26 minutes. He thinks I'm lovely. Then, okay, here comes the smooth response. Thanks, cool, or okay. Thanks. And where my, oh, I forget, the blue ones. Eggplants. And actually in Russian they have a name, the blue ones. Okay, not working. And cool wouldn't work at all. That'd be thanks. No problem, crushed it. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I sure am one smooth operator. Are you getting a little hungry? We could maybe stop off and grab something to eat. Worry not, friend, I have a plan. We turned the corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery. What? Are we going in there? A little bit of Victorian flavor, don't trust me. Cemetery. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as he walks me into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him for being in a cemetery. This is strangely romantic. Picnicking in a graveyard is an old Victorian tradition, an appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say? I don't think that this is any tradition. Not even Victorian. Nobody would ever went to a cemetery at night. With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and picnic basket. Wait, where were you hiding that? Under my cloak? Oh, right. I'm sorry. No, to sneeze. Oh, we know. Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down, gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses. In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. That's not true. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. That's not true at all. That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you had trouble handling a scary movie? I wasn't. He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about black magic in my head. Oh, that's a pity. I just have never been good at those. I just feel as if because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films, so I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one thanks to your help. Graveyards, however, I think there's something rather beautiful about that. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from it. And that's not true again. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To see amongst generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death, bring me great comfort. Does help me appreciate life, to savor every second. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance I see a shadowy figure in the trees. Wait, is that? I'm not sure. It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly toward us. Its shape taking a more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature is getting closer, moving faster. Woof. Oh, it's a dog. As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog fur happily. What a beautiful dog! Hey! We both look up, not expecting to see. Thanks. Robert, and here. No, that's a little thing. I knew that this is his dog. Robert, what are you doing out here on this lovely evening? Hunting cryptids. What? I didn't know you had a dog. This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the street. I put a leash on her, and now we are walking around this graveyard together, hunting cryptids. Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? No, a treat. I'm sorry. Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese though. Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and pursues a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? I'm assuming that's not exactly the cloak. The dog laps up. I'm definitely sorry. Oh my gosh, will you just stop this thing? The dog laps up the thread and crunches away, a tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Thanks. My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear in the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians love dogs. Actually, most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by small dogs such as terrier or maltese. I think big dogs are nice too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it as my knees aren't what they used to be. He picks up the picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. I hate long sentences. As we begin the walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Any goodbye kiss? Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Thank you, ever so kindly, for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Dom, if you'll allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection. A token. Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded monogrammed handkerchief. He presses into my hand. Wow, thank you, Damien. I will use this to dry my tears for those I've lost. I can't wait to sneeze on this. I'm gonna wave this at passing ships. Let's see. Because these 3 ounces is stupid as hell. Oh, a noble purpose, and that's maybe the dumbest was. Damien shuffles his feet. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you, someone who's open to my eccentricities. Oh my god, it's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. And no kiss? Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone. I unlock the door and step inside. Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. Hey, Dad, what's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just, Okay, yes. How was the movie? Lots of vampire ideas. Told you. But as it turns out, Damien is... Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yep, he's so cool it's scary. Nice save, Dom. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm misremembering that. Wow, that's pretty punk. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute though. How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you, nor I you. We make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will ya? I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. Sleep is important. Make sure you're getting enough. Recliner, cell phone holster, Ojosama, darkness, dog, and rom-com.
Dear friend, you've simply taken the egg on this one. Taken the egg is it's a Victorian phrase. It technically means winning, so ultimately you've won.
Oh, you're cutie pie. And so we're awesome. And well, it's been a long day. Let's save. Actually, I've got some time. Let's see what will be next. Since it's not a dead book, it's kind of main story. I'm just about ready to pack it in. After a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I turn off all the lights and walk down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. That kid needs some sleep. As I pass her room, I can hear a faint sound, but can't quite make out what it is. I get a little closer. Is she crying? I knock gently on the door. Hey, Amanda. The crying immediately stops. Not right now. Her voice sounds strained. She sniffles. No, I can sniffle too, since I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of her bed, knees hugged up against her body. Is everything okay? I don't want to talk about it. Did something happen or leave her alone? Parents never leave you alone. Did something happen? No, nothing happened. Go away. Something must have happened, or leave her alone. Amanda, get out. Okay. I quickly leave her room and shut the door behind me. Once the door closes, I can hear her crying again. Wow. What has her so upset? She seemed fine earlier. She's usually so open with me. Did I do something wrong? Is she mad at me? I guess if she wasn't before, she definitely is now. I can't even remember the last time she snapped at me like that. I have a hard time falling asleep, but when I finally do, I'm still thinking about Amanda. After a long night of very little sleep, I roll out of bed and made myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she'll be willing to talk about whatever's bothering her. About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, Amanda comes out of her room and makes a beeline for the freezer. Morning, Amanda. Morning. She drops a frozen waffle into the toaster and slams the freezer door. She won't look at me. Yikes. So, anything been going on at school today? No. Okay. Do you need a ride to school? No. Want some coffee? Amanda pulls the toaster level up and takes her steel freezer burned waffle out before it's finished cooking. I have to go. Amanda picks up her bag and storms out. Oh, okay. I haven't seen her act like this in a long time. It's usually short-lived, but it always hurts. Hopefully, this blows over and things are back to normal soon. I sit back at the kitchen table and look at a picture of Amanda and I hanging on a wall. In it, I'm teaching her to ride a bike. Her face is a mixture of excitement and pure, unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she was. Every time she would fall off and scrape her knees, she would get up and try it again. Finally, I had to stop her because she was bleeding everywhere. Then she stands to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages and wanted to keep trying. As I put the bike away, she just stood in the middle of the street and screamed. Then I took her for ice cream and it was like nothing ever happens. After giving it a bit of thought, I decided that if I force her to talk about it, I'm only going to make things worse. But I have an idea. I start rummaging around for ingredients. I hear Amanda walk in the door. Instead of heading for the kitchen like she usually does, she makes a beeline to her room. She's clearly trying to avoid me. Hey, Pumpkin! What? Can you come here for a sec? There's a moment of silence. Yeah, I wanted to say sorry about last night. I'm just worried about you, kiddo. I get scared when I know something's wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it. So just whatever it is. And you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but whatever it is, just know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy. Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I was hoping I could speak a language we both understand. I pull a cake out of the refrigerator and place it on the table. Hopefully the frosting has set by now. Ta-da! Dad. Sorry you're sad, but I support you 100%. Oh, it's sweet. It took me a really long time because I ran out of fresh frosting somewhere around 7. And had to start over, and this is beautiful. It's strawberry. Amanda gives me a big ol' hug. I grab some plates and forks and sew up some delicious cake. So, it's really stupid. What is? This whole thing. I know I've been really weird lately, and there's just I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I might have to make you a chart. I'm listening. Do you want me to take notes? I guess I should start from the top. Do you know how Emma R's going to that fancy art school in California, right? Emma R, the one who puked in Dead Goth and Beyond, the best friend, the other one. There was Emma P and Emma R, so that's the other one. I guess you're not technically one. It's good to have fallbacks like that one. Anyways, ever since she got the acceptance letter, I've been feeling like she's drifting away, you know? And she's been spending a lot more time with Grace and Emma P. I just thought it was all in my head for a while, but then I found out from Rosie M that both of the Emmas, Grace and Noah, all went to a party at Mackenzie F's on the same night. They all told me they were busy studying for the Calc AB final. I don't know what this is. Yikes. So another important piece of information is God, this is embarrassing. I have a crush on Noah, and that's the thing. What? Whoa, I had no idea. I definitely didn't know that. Okay, you're a bad liar. So are you. I learned from the worst. Anyway, so the only person I thought about the crush was Emma R, and she promised not to tell anybody. I didn't confront them about the party thing because I didn't want to start drama, so I just keep quiet and keep going about my business. Amanda sighs. And then one day I invite everybody out to get nachos at the mall, and after not texting me back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones down for more than 60 seconds, they all say they're busy, like simultaneously. So I'll tell them, never mind, I'll just eat nachos at home, right? But we were out of chips and I really wanted nachos. Totally understandable. So I go to the mall anyway. I get to the food court, and who do I see there but Grace, Emma P, Emma R, and Noah, all hanging out together and eating nachos without me. What? It gets better. I'm standing by the escalators watching them, and I realize that Noah has his arm around Emma R, which is kinda weird, right? But then they kiss. No. Yes, I know. So I storm over there and I'm like, hey. And Grace drops a nacho on her short. Because of course she does, and Emma R just like glares at me. Grace, nothing is coming up. I don't know who that is. Grace is the bored one, the gossipy one, or did she poop the bed too? Let's see. Let it be the gossipy one. I know! Grace is the one nobody really likes, or I guess that's me now. But anyway, nobody will say anything, and I'm just like, you guys suck. Which I realize is not the most eloquent thing to say, but I was very angry and really embarrassed, and I just wanted to get out of there. So I left without nachos, might I add, with only further contributed to this shitty day, and immediately drafted a super long text to the group chat asking them why they've been so weird. And I wrote another one to Emma R asking how long the Noah's thing's been going on, and sorry, I know that's a lot you still following. What did Emma R say? I'm a little confused, but I think I understand. I have no idea what's happening. What did she say? Oh, okay. Get a lot of this. Emma R says, you know what? Let me just read it to you. Amanda pulls out her phone and reads word for word an arduously long string of text messages. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. I cannot believe that. I care so much about Amanda's social life and mental well-being, but man, do I not understand what she's talking about? This is so beyond me, but I am trying my hardest to be supportive. They were dating in secret for like months, so I told her that she's been a really terrible friend, and she's like, well, Eve, you think I'm so terrible? Then just stop being my friend. And I was like, okay. And then she left me on read. And then, wait, left me on read? What's that? Oh, like, she saw my message and didn't reply. And I know because there's read receipts. I don't know what read receipts are, but I'm just gonna nod and pretend I understand. Gotcha. So while this is all happening, I'm talking to Emma P about how mad I am because she's at least being kind of reasonable, and I'm venting to her about how pissed I am at everybody and stuff. And then out of nowhere, Noah texts me and is like, "How could you say that about me?" And I'm like, "Say what about you?" And he tells me that Emma P sent screenshots of everything I told her to the group chat that I spontaneously clicked. I'm sorry, guys. I was so excited. Alright, I think you lost me at screenshots, but that definitely sounds bad. There's so much more, but honestly, it's all just really stupid teenager stuff. The bottom line is that everybody dropped me, half of my grade hates me, and now I have no friends. Amanda, I'm so sorry. I almost expected it from everybody else, but Emma has been there since Mom died. I can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. I'm not even that mad that she's dating Noah. I'm just upset that she lied to me about it for so long. Amanda steps at the remnants of her cake. Okay, I take it back. I'm kinda mad she's dating Noah. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everyone just suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? Why wasn't I enough? I don't understand. And as mad as I am at everybody, like, I miss them dead. Amanda looks so dejected. I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help? Anyways, that's it. That's the whole sordid tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more hot gossip. Wow. I know it's pretty dumb. It's kinda dumb. It's not dumb. No, it's a stupid thing to be upset over, Amanda. Your feelings are real. Don't ever be mad at yourself for having feelings. I guess unless you've secretly been a robot who's been approximately human feelings this whole time. Dad, if I was a robot, I would have transformed into a monster truck a long time ago. But seriously, I know you probably don't want advice, but I feel like it's my duty as a dad to bestow upon you a few nuggets of fatherly wisdom. Not all friendships last forever. Real friends don't do that. High school sucks. Safe. Honey, high school sucks. You make friends with people just because they are there. When you're still living in your hometown, there is a pretty small pool of people to choose from. But once you go to college and once you get out into the real world, you're gonna be exposed to all sorts of people, and it's gonna be easier. And it's gonna be easier to make friends with people who really get you. Some of those friendships can last a lifetime. I mean, look at me and Craig. And some of them only last a little while, and that's okay too. You're gonna make so many awesome new friends at our school. Ultimately, I think this says way more about their character than it does about yours, because you're amazing, and if they can't see that, well, that's their problem. I'll keep that in mind. Let's load and read other. People are going to come in and out of your life. It's just how it works. Not every friendship is going to last forever, so cherish your friends while you have them. And when it's over, don't dwell so much on the bad stuff. You had some good times with Emma R, but you guys grew apart. Learn from it and keep moving forward. There are so many new friends to make, and there's gonna be so much cooler than Emma R and the rest. Ultimately, I think this is okay. When you get older, you start realizing the sort of people you want to associate yourself with. Do you really want to surround yourself with people who would do something like that to your friend? It takes a lot of work to find and maintain meaningful friendship. It took me a long time to figure that out myself, and I wish I had learned it sooner. If the other person isn't putting the effort in to show you how much they care, it's not worth it. You're not beholden to being their friend. Okay, it's like it doesn't matter, but that's pretty cool stuff. Hey, 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 hey. I'll keep that in mind. I look down at the table. Did we just eat the whole cake? Yes, we did just eat the whole cake. Well, good talk. Amanda gets up to go to her room. Before she closes her door, she turns around. Hey, Pops. Yeah? Thank you. You're always welcome. Love you, Manda.
Too, Dad.
Oh, I love you too, Dad. Don't skip the corners.
Welcome. You've got dads.
And that's at that book again. And I'll meet you in the next part. Sorry for my so long, terrible reading and some stupid comments and maybe my voice. I don't know, because I feel terrible. But that's the only time during last weeks that I got to, record any video. So guys, feel free to comment, subscribe if you want to get notifications. Oh, and thumbs up my video and and do other cool stuff. I'll see you in the next video and have a nice day.